This is Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G model. The screen shattered, so I'm going to replace it. I do have previous video, but this is the second request, so I made it in 4K. By the way, many people did ask me if they can replace their screen by their own. I would say yes. If you do have some basic tools, and if you do have plenty of time, follow the process. Yes, you can do it yourself. But as you know, this phone is really sensitive because it comes with such a big chunky camera, powerful battery, delicate screen. So those are really sensitive. While you do that, make sure you don't do extra push or don't put any pressure in there, and you can do that. So first thing, try your best to switch it off if there is any way. But if the screen doesn't work, it's impossible to switch it off. That's absolutely fine. So what you have to do, we're going to take out the SIM card tray first. And also you should have the right tools. If you do have hair dryer, what you need to do, you need to apply plenty of heat. Alright, don't worry, it's not going to damage it. If this one maximum 2200 watts, then you can blow the heat around 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, and keep the distance about 3 centimeter, 3 to 5 centimeters should be fine. Keep doing it. Don't keep it in one place for so long. Just do it around all over the body, the back cover, and that would soften the actual adhesive which hold the back cover into the frame. Okay, so keep doing it, and once you've done that, it would be softer, it would be easy to pull this off. Alright, so make sure you do have microfiber cloth, and when you use metal pry tool, be careful, don't put it too much inside. It's going to damage the internal paint coating. And also be careful when you get into the camera section. Make sure you don't touch the camera lens or the actual camera, otherwise that would damage the clarity of this camera. So now there is a NFC which is secured with many screws, and all the screws, try to keep it organized because it's very easy to get things mess. Okay, so make sure you take some sort of clear paper or maybe a magnetic organizing board like that. If you don't have, you can take a piece of paper, organize it, keep the left screw on the left, right one on the right, center one on the center. In that way, when you put it back, you're not going to get confused. Okay, so once you've removed all of them, make sure you disconnect the NFC connector very gently and carefully. Okay, and then slowly try to use the pry tool. And then when you get to this point, don't peel this NFC off because it's very easy to get the actual NFC coil damage. Okay, instead try to take all the screw out from the mid frame which covers the actual charging port, speaker. Try to take out all of them, and then gently, when you come to this point, don't peel this off. Instead, take the mid frame out like this. It would be very easy to keep it organized, and leave it on the side way. And try to do in clean environment when you do this sort of replacement. Otherwise, a lot of dust could go to the actual camera section and damage the camera. And now there are 2 more screws which attach into the charging board and the charging port. In total 3, I believe. So keep those organized, and then we can take this out. There are some flex cable. Please be gentle when you disconnect it and not try to use any metal tool. Okay, I do use daily, so for me my hand is quite steady, but still there is a chance to make a mistake. Overconfident could ruin the repair, you know. So keep it like that. This is the vibrator. Okay, and then the second one is to take out the main board. So now on the main board there are a lot of flex connector. What you should do, make sure every single flex connector disconnected. Okay, we done the battery, the first thing, and then everything. Remember, the first thing when you perform, try to disconnect the battery before you touch into any other component. But we didn't have any choice. We had to go through the mid frame, which is NFC one, because the battery connector underneath this. So if you don't remove the mid frame, you don't be able to disconnect the battery. So the mid plastic frame taken out from the main board, and we are disconnecting all the flex as I said. Make sure keep it free, include the S Pen connector, front facing camera, and when you put it upside out. Don't put the lens side down, otherwise it catch trapped with a lot of dust and everything, you know. Now the last one is to take the battery out. If you try any pry tool, that would damage the battery and it would be pretty difficult. But if you use any sort of rubbing alcohol like 99.99% purity, and if you just put it a little bit at the bottom side of the battery and leave it for a couple of minutes, try to pry it slowly, believe me, that would come out without any extra labor. As you can see, without damaging the battery, it didn't create any bubbles or anything. And now almost everything taken out, we're going to take the original pack. By the way, I did not mention, whenever I replace any screen for Samsung smartphone or any Android, I always do make sure I do get the genuine replacement part. Even this is expensive, but this is worth it. Why? Because the screen wouldn't give you any malfunction and the sensitivity would be absolutely brilliant, 100 out of 100. You know, the touch, everything would be fine. Okay, you don't feel later on that you replace the screen because that is also from the factory. And how do you know this is from factory or not? First of all, you buy by searching official replacement part, and then you're going to see handwritten 360 on the board. Can you see the battery panel? Okay, it says 360. That's how I identify. And also you could feel it when you touch. You're going to see exactly same, quite shiny, solid, you know, and it comes with many components like vibrator, then the power switch, volume button, and almost everything. Okay, so now we just need to reverse back everything the way we done. We need to follow the same procedure to perform it. Make sure you try manual screwdriver, Phillips one, when you put it back. And as I said, keep the screw organized, put it back in that way, and it would be fine. Okay, so we'll try not to connect the battery as early as possible, because if you do, that might damage the actual motherboard. Okay, so we'll try our best to connect rest of the connector before we plug in the battery. Okay. Alright, so the replacement is almost done, 90%. So now, before we put back the battery back cover, we must need to give it a try and check. But I'm quite positive because until today I replaced hundreds of Samsung smartphone or screen, and whenever I used original part, it always did work all the time. Okay, but still you need to check either if you left any cable disconnected and stuff. As I said, don't be overconfident, turn it on, check everything before you apply any sort of adhesive or glue or double-sided tape, because if the screen is faulty, if you apply any sort of glue, the manufacturer or the supplier might be they wouldn't accept the return and you lose plenty of money. So I can see the screen does work. Now I'm good to go. And of course, when you put the battery back cover, try to keep it inside any packet so it doesn't get any dusty. Keep it dust proof so the lens shouldn't be dirty and it would be absolutely fine. So now I'm going to use T8000. I'm going to apply little drop around, not too much. Don't make it messy. By the way, if you do ask me if the phone would be waterproof or not after the repair, I would say definitely no. Okay, because those sealed, not same as the factory. Okay, I'm just doing it manually, and this adhesive is not waterproof, so it's pretty easy to get water inside if you dip in under the water. Okay, so be careful, make sure you accept that. And once you apply the adhesive, then I will try to put some sellotape to keep it attached until the adhesive get dried off. Okay, and maybe 5-6 hours later you can take this out and that would be absolutely fine. So let me know if you do have any question regarding this replacement or repair. I would be more than happy to answer. Alright, and pretty much that's all for today. Thanks for your time, and I hope you would like this video. If you do, please thumbs up and don't forget to like and share. Bye for now. Thank you.